So then, we are back with more understandings from the time of the Second Tabernacle services, where we find the Aramaic English translation of the word. This translation comes from the original manuscripts of the prophets of the Israelic lineage, so then we can understand the time of the end. As per YershiYAhu the prophet, we find layers of understanding of the spring feast, the autumn feast, and also the returning of the cities of the Messiah laid waste from many centuries. As we read then YershiYAhu the prophet, we must understand why then YershiYAhu was so prominent during his time, and why then YershiYAhu was destroyed. And then we should ask ourselves, what then is the situation regarding then the autumn feasts that people should be most concerned of, and why then YershiYAhu the prophet was destroyed, and the reasons why he was. Reading from the holy instructions, we find then in the prophets mostly situations regarding then the time of the end. YershiYAhu the prophet was not only explaining the political situation of his time during the kingship of Hezekiah, but he was also explaining future problems regarding then the time of the restoration period, of the autumn feast and post-autumn feast. So he was truly a great prophet of his time. Yet the people did not understand, and he ended up being destroyed because his ideas and the ideas of the Creator was not welcomed among his people. But let's then make sure we read then the existing news. And then from China, once again, the system is coming very strongly, and China is using then even the drones delivery of packages. So let's understand then the importance of this truly important objective. China holds already 57% of the world's market is already on the hands of China. And China is certainly coming toward the rest of the world with its system, and it is extremely profitable. But let's then firstly gather some information from the holy instruction, so then we can have a proof of this factor via what then YershiYAhu explained. Let's then read from YershiYAhu the 23rd chapter regarding then the understanding of the merchants of the earth. 23rd chapter of YershiYAhu, and then verses 9 and 10 explains, and then the merchants are chiefs, whose traders are weighty on the earth. Then Yahweh of hosts is purposed to stain the pride and the glory, and to bring it to contempt, then the weighty guidance of the earth. Let's then understand what this means. The world has ended a period of 1,000 years of deceit, a time or period of time where the holy cities of the Messiah were destroyed. Obviously, the world has scandalized itself, and they did not understand what was coming in the future. However, YershiYAhu the prophet shows that the merchants of the earth are going to be used as a stain of contempt against the governments of this world. This is what YershiYAhu the prophet has prophesied, and we know for sure precisely what he said must be completed. Then we find China buying then 197, or at least 25%, or a quarter of the price of 197 of India. They pay then utilities, they pay for their products, they pay for groceries, whatsoever else, and China already holds a fourth of it. Regarding then the importance of the Chinese then even employing drones for the delivery of packages, it can give you an idea of the importance of merchantships in this present time. So what can we expect in the near future other than linking up with China and then being part of this new exciting new system, so then the world can get itself cleaned up of these lazy and unprofitable politicians? There are some areas of the world where we find ourselves then employing people with not much knowledge in certain areas of the market. These truly because of influences in areas where then the people most ignorantly, they don't take the time to read, and at times they are plainly deceived. But let's then make sure we understand the plan of the Creator, because He promised a period of time where the merchants then are going to be in charge, and every time there are merchants in charge, always infrastructure and then the circulation of more monetary values are then always present. Next time I'm going to evaluate more of the situation then regarding what's coming then in Galah or Revelation linked with this system. So please stay tuned. Much more coming up.